Within the heart of the capital, the leaders of Corona face a dire threat. With the coastal regions under attack, the Queen and her advisors begin drafting a clandestine plan, coordinating with their allies in Baymard to fortify their borders and prepare for the encroaching shadow of war. Miles away on the high seas, the naval forces led by the ruler of Baymard navigate through heavy snow and treacherous waters. A sudden anomaly on the radar signals trouble, pulling the team away from their planned trajectory toward an unknown conflict. The fleet approaches a violent engagement. Two mysterious armadas clash, and through the cold, salty mist, it becomes clear that worshippers of the Temple of Adonis are hunting people from the continent of Zol. With a cold sense of purpose, the elite tactical team initiates their strike. They are not here to observe, but to intervene, turning the tide of battle with precision and overwhelming force. The battlefield is instantly choked by thick smoke. In the ensuing confusion, the Baymardian soldiers emerge like phantoms, their superior technology and training leaving the Adonis worshippers in a state of terror. The holy commander of the Adonis fleet desperately tries to rally his men, but his efforts are in vain. Mitchin engages him in a deadly dance, playing with his opponent like a cat with a mouse. Watching the superior skill of the Baymardians, the Zol people witness a display of power that defies their understanding. They remain silent, terrified, and paralyzed by the unfolding spectacle. With a burst of hidden strength, the fight is brought to a sudden, decisive end. The Adonis commander is pinned, his pride shattered, realizing that his enemy has been toying with him from the very beginning. As the dust of the skirmish settles, Landon reveals himself to the survivors. He masks his identity and intent, maintaining the facade of a vengeful pirate to keep the truth of Baymard hidden from the world. The Zol leader Halsim hides his true, ambitious nature behind a mask of gratitude. He has grand plans, dark designs for a throne, and believes he has finally found a way to dispose of the one obstacle in his path. Back on the flagship, the tactical team reconvenes. The information seized from the enemy ships is invaluable, but every map and document suggests their enemies are more organized than they had ever imagined. In Baymard, young Ren has found refuge. Once a hunted heir from Dayforus, he now experiences a life of kindness, education, and relative safety. He finds himself starting to admire the power and progress of his protectors. At the ski resort, Ren finds a new passion for the adrenaline of the snow. His young, flexible frame masters the sport with surprising speed, making him a mini-celebrity among the park regulars. Meanwhile, the secret vacation of the Queen Mother faces a sudden, catastrophic end. Her husband, the King Father, has sniffed out her trail, and a humorous game of cat and mouse begins through the palace grounds. The King Father remains steadfast, knowing exactly how to corner his wife despite her elaborate network of palace spies and secret passages. He waits with the patience of a man who knows he has already won. Caught in the act, the Queen Mother's grand escape collapses. Yet, seeing the genuine concern behind her husband's watchful eyes, she finds herself unable to maintain her anger, realizing how much he truly cares. As winter reaches its zenith, the fleet arrives at the shores of Zalipnia. The environment itself acts as a lethal guard, with winds strong enough to lift livestock and heavy armor into the freezing air. To combat the environment, the Baymardians rely on calculated physics. Every soldier is weighed, every piece of equipment reinforced, turning the lethal wind into a tool for movement rather than an obstacle. Before the doors of the transport ships open, Landon issues the final order. The mission is not just to conquer the city, but to reclaim it from the Adonis worshippers who have turned this land into a prison. The ramp lowers. The gale hits them like a physical blow, yet the heavy tactical vehicles roll out, unfazed by the ferocious elements. The silent invasion of Zalipnia has begun. Using the very environment that threatens them, elite soldiers like Winnie harness the winds. They become projectiles of retribution, descending upon unsuspecting Adonis guards with lethal speed. Inside the fortified city lord's estate, the Adonis leadership is confronted with the tremors of their impending doom. They remain unaware of the true force approaching until it is far too late to flee. The defenses of the estate, once thought impenetrable, crumble under the weight of the Baymardian assault. Commugan watches in horror as his comrades are eliminated with frightening efficiency by attackers they cannot even see. The main gate is obliterated. The tactical units converge, sealing off exits and neutralizing pockets of resistance. The city lord's estate has become a trap, and the Baymardians are the ones holding the keys. The battle for Zalipnia is well underway. Though the weather seeks to break them, the resolve of the Baymardian soldiers remains as hardened as the frozen earth beneath their feet. The liberation has only just begun.